What's up, everybody? Coach Zai here. Happy Thursday, February 8th. I told you I was going to get back to podcasting. Very excited to do this. There will always be cats in the background, so I'm a cat dad. There's no shame in that. Today, uh, riding with my theme, rocking the Lakers hat because it's Kobe, R.I.P. Kobe, legend, one of my role models. I got Kobe pictures in this office, a couple of them. So that's why I'm rocking the Lakers hat today. But let's get right to it. I'm going to try to post one of these a day starting today, first one. And today we're going to talk about winning the day, success, success as a coach, success as a person, success as a businessman, what really winning the day means. Because I think it can mean a lot of different things, and I think it's something that it's hurting sports and it's hurting kind of the culture of the world right now. First and foremost, I want to say that I'm very competitive and I hate losing. I hate it. Fucking hate losing. I definitely hate losing more than I enjoy winning. I expect to win. I think most people that are competitive expect to win, whether that's a life. When I go into an interview, I expect to win the interview. I don't even care if I know much about what I'm interviewing for. I expect that my confidence and that my ability to make people around me better and my leadership, I can go win that interview, right? And so you just have those expectations. I just hate losing. It doesn't matter if it's cards, checkers, video games, sports, you know, I just hate it. And I think most people are that way. But I do think some people enjoy winning more than they hate losing. And I don't know that that gives me an advantage or gives them an advantage but I think that's something you have to ask yourself and it will kind of help you know who you are. So, what does winning the day mean for me right now? Well, it's pretty simple. Trying to get healthier, trying to get in better shape. Uh, Libby and I hopefully are starting a family soon. Hopefully, new career challenges. I just want to be ready for all of that. So it's lose some weight, make sure your health is in check, and eat better. Fasting right now, so I fast from about 8 p.m. to about 12 p.m. the next day. Drink a gallon of water. I'm a Weight Watcher, so hold yourself accountable, and just work out. Trying to get back to running outside. I have weightlifting goals. Some of that depends on what gym I can work out on, etc. So yeah, all that stuff. But that's good. Winning the day is just putting good things. Eating right, workout, reading, YouTube, spend time with Libby. Take care of my pets, make sure they're happy. All those things go into winning the day. So I think make a list of 5 things that are very important for you each day. I would say individual, and then maybe make a list of 2 or 3 for your spouse, your girlfriend, whoever impacts your life. If you're a young kid, what are 2 or 3 things you can do to help, your parents. If you're an athlete and your parents are driving you all over for AAU and travel and games and practice, what can you do when you go home that you have time to do? Dishes, sweep, mow the yard on the weekends. Whatever it is to help them out. That could help you win the day and helps everybody win the day. So winning the day, write it out on a whiteboard. Write it down. Like I like to get up right now and make a list just on a piece of paper. 10 to 12 things. I need to do these things. Some of them are things that I like to do. Like one of my things today was to make this podcast. That has no effect on anybody else other than myself. It makes me feel good, so I'm gonna do it. I got like do the dishwasher. That helps Libby and I. Scoop the boys' litter box. Nobody likes to scoop cat shit. Need to do it, right? House doesn't smell. Cats stay cleaner. It's part of winning the day, right? Take the trash out, whatever. Simple stuff. A lot of there's you'll figure out you'll make a list and a lot of things nobody wants to do, nobody likes to do, but it needs to be done for your house to stay healthy and just have the atmosphere. I like it. I'm blessed right now. I get to do a lot of things remotely, so it's great, right? It's easy for me, but Libby has to go to work and she takes care of people all day as a nurse. So when she gets home, I like to try to make it to where she doesn't have to do anything. She can just relax, decompress. We can enjoy each other's company, and she can enjoy the few hours she has here before she has to sleep and do it again. Now she has days off and she's very productive here, and I'm blessed for that. But yeah, that's how I try to treat her. Like even if I work and I'm busy here, so that's where I'm at. So that's kind of what winning the day looks like for Zai. Um, Again, you can break it down many different ways. And I've had this issue before where I look too much in the future. I think about the just win the day, the moment, the task at hand, and the great things will follow. It's my mindset, and that's what I want to preach to you guys every day right now. What does success mean? How do you define success? I don't want you to open up the dictionary and read the definition of success. I want you to really answer what success means to you. It may help you with your vision in life. I think one of the biggest things that people do is they get too comfortable in life. They get in a job that pays the bills, keeps them afloat, but they don't go chase their dreams. So what does success mean to you? And you may answer that career question right there. Success to me is to have a happy, healthy family, to be loved, to put the people in my life that are going to keep my competitive drive and make me chase my dreams. But I also would tell you that success is to go win a national championship as a college coach. I want that. I will never stop chasing that, and I'm going to accomplish that. So, again, that's part of success for me. Now, I've been reading Leading with the Heart by Coach K, and he said something that really hit home for me, and I want you guys to hear this. I want you guys to think about this. I know I got a lot of friends that are coaches, maybe parents of athletes, so if you listen to this, I think it's important for you to think about this. Coach K said, if I base success on winning and losing the national championship every year, I wouldn't have had very many successful teams. Nor would a lot of other coaches. And I really thought about that, about the pressure that we put on these college kids, teenagers, even in youth league. And I'm not been there, ran AU program, coached AU kids. Yeah, you want to go win. You really do. And if you're like me, I hate losing. I just can't stand it. It doesn't matter if it's goldfish, checkers, video games. I just hate it. But I definitely hate losing more than I enjoy winning. I don't know how you feel about that or what your. I think that's why some people that affected me as athletes, professional athletes in my life, Tom Brady, Kobe Bryant, they were just obsessed with winning. But I think more or less they were obsessed with not losing. Like, what advantage could they gain? And so that's why I like to follow them. I like to study them. I have books on them. I wish I was them, but you know, you got to create your own story, right? It's never too late. So, but that's my question is define success. So say you're a high school boys basketball coach. Only one team in your division wins the state title. If you said that success was state title or bust, think about how many of those young teens now have in their head they failed, right? They weren't good enough. That's not true. For some teams, success may be going over 500. You have to be realistic, and that's what I'm trying to get you guys to understand for success. Success is a lot of different things, right? There's so many AAU teams, and people want to play on these AAU teams that win, play in front of college scouts. But if success could be that you're getting the most out of your time on the basketball court, practices, coaching. Maybe your team doesn't win, but you're able to go play point guard against pressure, and that's what you need to do to improve to go play at the next level. Success as a businessman, think about that. It's very hard to have the number one business in the world. Only one business can do that in your field. So what is success? Maybe it's a quarterly goal. Maybe it's a yearly goal. Maybe it's a monthly goal. Maybe it's to hire more people to help the community and get more jobs. Maybe it's to your margin, get your margin of profit. Everybody wants that, right? Up higher. Maybe it's to spend less, earn more, whatever it is. Maybe it's to get your employees a bonus, a little bit better bonus in the holidays, to get them more vacation time, to produce the option to work more remotely so they can spend more time with their families. That's the thing. Success can be defined in so many ways. Think about it as a salesperson, right? Everybody wants to be the top salesman. But if you're at a company with 500 employees, say one guy is just killing it. He's winning Salesman of the Month more than half the year, so more than 6 times a year. Everybody else, are they a failure? They could be making really good money, taking care of their families, enjoying life. Maybe I don't know what the difference would be, but maybe they're clocking in, clocking out because they value their family time. So boom, they go to work. Maybe this guy stays the extra 30 minutes because he wants more money. That's what I'm saying. Success is different. The number one salesman might view success as with those checks that he's receiving. The number two salesman might say, I'm really good and I could be the number one salesman, but I clock in at 9 and I clock out at 5 because that's what I'm paid to do. 8:59 and earlier and 5 and later, I've now turned into dad, husband, whatever. That's what I'm saying. Success is so different, so you have to think about that. I think for coaches, that's what the thing. What is success? If we're talking high school basketball, it could be a district championship, could be a league championship, could be regionals, could be a lot of different things. But that's the thing; it has to be defined. If you're a youth league coach, success should be how much better are your players getting? Not necessarily the wins. Wins are cool, right? Because winning, to me, the games are like the fun part. It's the grind, right? Like if I just busted in practice, or I learned how to cross over, or I've been working on finishing with my weak hand, and I go do that in a game. That's the reward. And winning is awesome, and we all want to win. But when does it become too much? I don't want some fourth grade kid feeling like he should quit basketball because he didn't win a trophy all year. That's the truth. That's how I feel about that. So I think Coach K really made me think about that in so many aspects. Like I said, it could be life, could be your relationship, could be saving money, could be work, could be, you know, sports. That's why I like to relate so much too. But I think it goes into everything. Could be your workouts, right? If I go to the gym right now and I'm like, man, I'm fat, which I'm fat, I need to lose 175 pounds. If I have the goal that I'm going to lose 175 pounds today, I'm a failure. And I'm just going to, it's not going to work, right? I got to put days, years, weeks, months on top of each other to go reach that goal. Not only as I build muscle, but lose fat and strengthen and get in better shape and eat better. And just, my body has to do its work as well. I can't rush it. Can't rush the process. Can't cheat the process. Because that's what I think a lot of people try to do. They try to cheat the process. When we think about the greats in anything, right? I think when we think about the greats, if we're talking sports, I mentioned a few: Brady, Kobe, MJ. They're obsessed. They're obsessed with being the best. LeBron, you know, LeBron's obsession with being physically ready to play is crazy. Um, Tiger Woods, his obsession, he loved to hit golf balls in practice, and unfortunately he dealt with some injuries, and we could talk about all the other stuff, but that he was just, what he talks about, what he was doing was crazy. He was doubling the amount everybody else was doing. That's why he was obsessed. And it's not a bad obsession, right? There's bad obsessions out there, but this was a good obsession. Like, he was obsessed with being the best, he could be, though. I'm not sure. I'm not so sure Brady and Tiger and these guys and Kobe, they're focused on. They're not thinking, I gotta hit this golf ball because I gotta go out and drive John Daly, or Rory, or MJ. These guys weren't thinking about that stuff. What Brady's not thinking about. I gotta throw a better spiral because I gotta throw a better ball than Peyton Manning. Thinking about how they become the best version of themselves because they already know if that's what they become, it's gonna lead to so much success that the rest will take care of itself. So think about that as yourself. If you're a parent, a coach, a leader, even just to make yourself better individually. Don't become complacent. It's never too late. I don't care how old you are. I don't care how young you are. What's next for you? You can still hit a home run at your job, whatever you're doing. But what's the next challenge for you? Maybe it's to get a nicer house for your family. Maybe it's to go to that vacation you never thought you could afford, but like, what can you do? Maybe it's to lose 15 pounds that you've been thinking about for the last 5 years, but you haven't been able to commit because you don't really have a workout partner. What is it that you can just lock in and become obsessed with and achieve it? Because then you'll be able to go on to another challenge that you didn't even know or think about. So that's my challenge. I think all these things go into winning the day. That no moment is too big. Don't think about it. If you want to win a championship, we're putting a puzzle together and the trophy's right in the middle. and all the other puzzle pieces mean something, right? They go into that first meeting, that first practice, that first loss, that first everything, right? They all have a meaning. Like me, I want to lose 100 plus pounds, so each puzzle piece is maybe a pound, right? But I can't, at the end of the day, if I can picture the way I want to look, I can't start there in the middle and build around it. I got to build around that to create that, and maybe I can make even a better version than I even think. So strive for greatness, win the day, win the moment, define success. If you're a boss, define it. What does the success mean for you, and what does success mean for your employer? That will help you in interviews. That will help you your expectations, and that will help you speak the language you need to speak to your employees. Nothing is worse than when you don't know what your boss expects of you, and it's just a drag, right? We've all been there. Don't tell me you haven't been. What is success in your relationship? What's next for you and your wife? What's next for you and your girlfriend? What's next for you and whatever? Maybe, you know, what's next if you just became a parent? Like what's the next challenge and goal that you need to succeed on to help your son or daughter, reach the goals and things that you want to do for them? What's next if you're a parent of an athlete and you want their college paid for? What can you do? Stop paying everybody all this money to have them do what you should be doing. What can you do at home? Are you getting, if your son or daughter is a basketball player, are they out there shooting thousands of shots on their own with you rebounding? Are you making them do that? Are you helping them track it? Are you watching? Are you sending the video for film, on their shots and stuff like that? What's next? Are their academics good? Do they, sleep schedule? Are they eating healthy? Or are you so busy that you guys eat fast food every day? These are all things that happen. These are all things that limit people's success because they're go, 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 and I gotta do this, I gotta do this, I gotta go pay this, I gotta. No, just take a breath. Make a list. 10 to 12 things every day. Get it done. It's really simple. It will keep you on the grind. Find a couple people that motivate you. YouTube. Use social media. I'm not gonna tell you gotta go delete all these things. Use it. Follow people that motivate you, that you like listening to, that, throw a podcast on and go walk 30 minutes outside. 30 minutes instead, you would have maybe ate potato chips while you listen to the podcast. Now you just burnt some calories and got some exercise in. It's really simple. Cut your circle down. That will help you. That will win the day. Cut your circle down. You'll find out once you cut your circle down that not as many people really care about you as you think. It's just the reality of life that we all learn as we get older. And the people that want to be there, they'll stay. And they'll come and go. Be hot and cold sometimes. But they'll be there when it matters most. And they'll push you and they'll make you better. And you'll find that one or two people that you need every day, usually those turn into spouses and, your best friends. And that's the way it will be. And that's okay. You may lose family members. It is what it is. That's life. It's how it is. But win the day. That's the most important thing. But in order to win the day, maybe that's waking up earlier. Maybe that's going to bed earlier. Maybe that's putting a cap on your phone. Maybe that's not eating after 8 o'clock. Maybe that's not eating out. Think about that. Eating out. If you eat out all the time, probably a little less unhealthy. And you're probably spending a little bit more money. So boom, you just took 2 checks off. Now you can win the day. Now you can win that moment, which is going to help you win the day. Now you're going to feel a little bit better. Now you're going to lose a little bit of weight. Like, think about how simple some of that stuff is. We don't think about that stuff, but the number one thing is look in the mirror and hold yourself accountable. Don't blame anybody else. I hate people that blame people. Things happen. Shit happens to people all the time. Shit happens to me. Shit happens to Tom Brady. Shit happens to Tiger Woods. You know what I mean? But you can't point the finger at somebody. Point the finger at yourself right in the mirror and say, I didn't do a good enough job. I didn't put myself in a situation. I'll tell you a little story, and this will be it for me about winning the day, that I heard from Coach K in this book right here. Great story. It's a great story for every coach should be telling their athletes this across the country. Said when he was at West Point, walking, they're dressed, fancy uniforms, got to go do something, whatever. I'm not great with the military terminology, so I'm not going to try to break it down. His roommate sees a puddle and basically splashes Coach K. So now he has mud on his shoes. The shoes are supposed to be clean. He's supposed to look crisp. Look sharp. And so they go and basically sergeant or whoever's in charge, says, "Sir," and his roommate says, "Yes, sir." And he's like, "You're good. Keep going." And he says, "What's your name?" And because Coach K has that crazy last name, and so he's like, "I'm just gonna call you Mr. Alphabet because you got every letter in the alphabet in your last name." So Coach K said, "Yes, sir." And he said, what's going on with these shoes?" And in the moment, Coach K's like, it would have been easy to just throw my roommate under the bus. And so he says, "No excuse, sir." So whatever. Says he goes back later, got his ass chewed out in front of everybody. Punishment, blah, blah, blah. Goes back and he's like yelling at his roommate. But then he said what he learned being at West Point and in the situation is basically someone in charge or somebody he knew basically told him the message of, listen, you had time after this guy splashed a puddle on you to go change and still look good. And he said, you didn't take responsibility. And wow, that hit home for me is that things are going to happen in life. People are going to do things. And I really thought about this as a coach. Um, and especially if you're an athlete, think about this. Basically, Coach K said he learned that if he was going to be on a team or be a leader, that first and foremost, you take responsibility for everything that everybody on your team, or maybe you're a business owner, or for your family, for everything that happens. Think about that. How many times do athletes, these young kids and this young generations, or people have excuses, right? Oh, I was late because of this. This happened because of this. This, no. Just take ownership, and how can you not have that happen again? That really hit home with me, and I think that's one of the things I'm really trying to focus on about winning the day. That it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter what challenge, what happens. I'm just gonna take ownership for it, and I'm gonna still win the day. And if I do that, great things are gonna come the rest of my life, and I'm gonna achieve a lot of things. I'm gonna make people around me better. Libby and I are gonna reach some goals and dreams, and that's the ultimate, right? Win the day. That's like win the life. And my time will come. My time will come. But more importantly, your time will come if you do those things. Just take responsibility. Think about that if you're a point guard on a basketball team and coach says, "What happened here?" And all of a sudden you start taking responsibility. That's my bad, coach. I didn't communicate. That's my bad, coach. I didn't wait to run the play till they were set up. That's my bad, coach. I should have lobbed it into the post, not bounced it. Maybe the coach is yelling at the post player for dropping the ball. Think about that. Think about what your teammates are going to do. It reminds you of a scene from the Kurt Warner movie. I think it's Underdog, or I don't remember what it's called, but it's a really good movie. And when he dropped the snap, and you remember Mike Martz is just dogging him, and Kurt Warner said, "That's my bad, coach. Yes, sir." But in reality, it was the center's fault, right? But think about now, he just won that whole offense over in that time because he took that responsibility. So are you going to be a quarterback, or are you going to be like some, we'll keep it in football terms, some wide receivers who say, "I don't get the ball enough. I don't do this enough." Well, did you block great every play? Think about that. What is going to be your mindset? Are you going to take responsibility, even if it's not your mistake? Are you? Do you have the kahunas? Do you have the mindset? Do you have the I hate losing more than I enjoy winning? Do you have that obsession that you're going to take responsibility for everything that happens? Think about that. That's crazy. That really is crazy to think about. Just it blows my mind. So many things run through my mind. So I appreciate y'all. This was February 8th. Win the day. What that really means to me. I hope you guys get something out of it. I'll never go over 30 minutes. Some will be 30 minutes, some will be 10 minutes, 15, but I'm going to enjoy it. I'll be posting about some of my teams and stuff. Those are more fun. I'll have fun with those. But per day, Coach Zai will send a message on how to win the day and what that means, and I'll share my journey. Like I said, I'm a couple days into fasting. I ran the mile yesterday. I guess you could call it running, more like a fat dude about to have a heart attack. But it's a grind. It's a grind, and we're getting better, and we're getting there. So I appreciate everybody that you know likes my stuff, comments, shares, tells me I motivate them, and it really means a lot. But really, it's just to hold myself accountable. So I appreciate y'all. Um, Stay blessed. Enjoy the time with your family. Tell your loved ones you love them. Stay blessed. Go Zai. Happy Thursday, y'all. Out. See you tomorrow.